Bruce Lee obsessed over these elements. Unlike many martial artists of his era, he didn't rely on rigid forms. Instead, he broke down movements scientifically. He studied physics, physiology, and boxing footwork to build what he called economy of motion. In his philosophy, every wasted movement was weakness. He often repeated the phrase, "The successful warrior is the average man, with laser-like focus." That focus translated into training drills designed not just to be strong, but to be explosively quick. One example is the way Bruce Lee trained his lead hand. Just like great boxers, he used the lead jab as both offense and defense. But unlike most boxers who pulled their punch back to guard, Bruce trained to keep his hand in a non-telegraphic position. His fists stayed low and relaxed until the very moment of explosion. This gave him milliseconds of advantage, and in the ring, milliseconds decide whether you hit or get hit. Bruce Lee's encounters with boxing greats. Stories of Bruce Lee facing boxers aren't just myths, they're well documented. During his time in America, he sparred with several high-level amateur and professional boxers, and what shocked them wasn't his power, but the blinding speed. One famous account came from James DeMille, one of Bruce's early students and a former boxer himself. He explained that when Bruce threw his lead punch, it felt as if it teleported to his face. DeMille admitted that despite his boxing background, he couldn't stop Bruce's attacks once they were initiated. Another example is Joe Louis, not the heavyweight boxing champion, but Joe Louis, the karate legend, who trained with Bruce extensively. Even he said that Bruce's speed was so deceptive that it disrupted the natural timing boxers relied on. Bruce could feint, intercept, and counter before an opponent had even processed the movement. Professional boxers who saw Bruce in action during demonstrations also commented on his quickness. While Bruce wasn't stepping into the professional ring, his training sessions and sparring encounters left legends impressed, even confused, about how someone outside their sport could appear so fast. Speed versus boxing rhythm. To understand why boxers were shocked, we need to compare the rhythm of boxing with Bruce Lee's approach. Boxers fight in rhythm. They develop timing based on the jab, the slip, and combinations. Great boxers, like Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Leonard, use rhythm to lure their opponents into predictable patterns before breaking it with sudden bursts of speed. Bruce Lee disrupted that rhythm. Instead of following a pattern, he worked in what he called broken rhythm. This meant never moving predictably, never attacking at a standard beat. For a boxer trained to read rhythm, Bruce's movements felt alien. His sudden bursts of acceleration came from unusual angles and without traditional boxing setups. Imagine a boxer expecting a jab cross rhythm, only to face a lead hand strike that shoots like